morning and welcome to Morning Pulse, the pulse of Nigerian politics right here on Active Citizens. My name is Sharon Enemchuku, and joining me in the studio as always I have with me the beautiful Ifoma Oji and Mr. Daniel Sacramento. Ifoma looks like like she just landed in from the airport and on a private jet. She just flew in for Active Citizens.
Yes, I just got back from the States.
Oh, so the visa ban did not affect you. I can see.
I was traveling to Istanbul soon.
All right, please, just link me up. Having Mr. Daniel Sacramento in the studio as always. Good morning, sir. Looking, repping the traditional culture, Senator. Come with, sir. Nigeria government don't got Mr. Daniel from out break. Now we're going straight to the three stories that we have for today, starting all the way in Adamawa. So Adamawa retirees are fuming, and rightfully so. They haven't received pensions, but their local government chairmen's wives are being flown to Turkey for training. Who approved this, you might ask? Now on to Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, who recently is calling out the federal government, accusing it of double standards in defamation cases. Now, is there really one rule for critics and another for cronies? We'll find out very soon. The U.S. is threatening visa bans on corrupt Nigerian VIPs and politicians. But will this be another toothless threat or big names about to be grounded? I guess we're going to find out along the way, but we're starting all the way in Adamawa, where pensions are being owed, but the local government chairman's wife are being flown to Turkey for some special leadership training that we are going to get into quickly. I'm starting with you, Ifoma. What's your take on this first? The entire concept of them traveling outside for training.
Nigeria, I must tell you the truth, Sharon. I'm not surprised about a lot of things in Nigeria, of recent, not even recent, like the whole thing they always come up with. I'm not surprised at all. So anytime I say, I'm like, well, it's expected. But talking on the topic, you could see that apart from the public, reacting to this, retirees, people that wrecked themselves for this long, what is due for them, you're kind of delaying it or preventing them from having it. That is, for me, number one is wickedness. And then number two, I am like, these women that you're sending, 21 wives that you're sending outside country, what is it that they are bringing to the table? Of what
do they even have a political position where they're elected?
And we are not elected today. And these are just local government, chairman wives. It's not even that it's high official, maybe the president's wife, and that is Olu Remi traveling for training. We can say, okay, maybe she can actually add something. But these are just wives. Who picked this wife? Who funded them to travel outside country?
For
and one of these chairmen, one of the chairmen, he actually said that he wasn't even aware. He was oblivious of the whole thing. That was just one day he was sleeping that he woke a call woke him up, and they were telling him that his wife, they should send details of his wife for traveling. And I'm like, I don't understand.
It is insane. It is insane that we are budgeting money.
I'm telling you, this is the high level of insensitivity. It's more like we value, conferring prestige to people that I will not call them irrelevant, rather than value that we're supposed to be adding in leadership. It shows misplaced priority, and it is sad to see.
It is. It was quite funny when I saw that, but I'm going to come over to you, Mr. Daniel, now. One of the things that the people were complaining about in Adama was the fact that their pensions were being owed, and now in the defense of that traveling, the leadership training whatsoever they want to go get in Turkey, the local government chairmen were saying that they need this advice from their women, from their wives. They need the wives to be able to make reasonable leadership advice as it concerns governance in the local government area. But what's your take on that? Do you think that holds water?
Well, it's quite unfortunate where we found ourselves acting as people who are in Banana Republic. You know, a lot of madness is going on every time, everywhere, because of a failed system we have in Nigeria. Nigerian system does not work. It doesn't work because we don't have people who obey the system, who plays by the rule, you know. It's quite, it's not something one should hear. It's not something the public should consume. That in Adamawa State, the wives of the local government chairman, all of them embarked on a training to train them to become what?
Special advisors to the
we want to understand why. What are they training them to become? Didn't their parents train them before they got married? That is one thing. Secondly, whose fund
exactly
are they traveling? Husbands funding them, or the local government?
It was local government that funded.
Local government. You see, this is actually the rascality we have in the local government. I remember during Obasanjo's regime, when the local government was handed over to mayors, they messed up the whole system. That was when they took it back from them before Buhari and then what was it called? This present administration decided to people that everything has to go back to them. You see, it's quite unfortunate. This whole thing, these things you are all seeing, is because of the kind of democracy, the kind of system that we operate in this nation.
It is.
It is so terrible. You are sending your wives on leadership training, whereas people who are in departments have never in their own destiny. Travel, just leave Adamawa to Abuja for leadership training. These are people who are going to train people in each department. Where that will be much viable because your wife is only training you and is not coming back to give you the leadership skills. Tomorrow,
they say they
understand?
The same training. No?
Yes, they said they went 2 months ago, so it's only fair that they are
let me just tell you, the truth about it is just that we're in trouble in this country. There are major misplace of priorities, which is what the presidential aspirant P2B is saying. A lot of misplace of priorities. People don't do the right thing. If you put this money, I know in Adamawa, if you go around, there are schools that are dilapidated. There are schools where there are no table, there are hospitals where there are no doctors or nurses because of maybe insurgency and all those things. Now, how do you tell the insurgents that a local government chairman came together and sent their wives abroad
to
Turkey now for leadership skills? So when they come back, you see, this is where the height of insecurity increases, because when these people see the type of money you go out to go and vandalize, they say, oh, these people have money, no problem, let's wait for them to we'll help you spend the money. So they are increasing criminality and insecurity on a daily basis. Because when take for instance, you two needed to go for a training to sharpen your skills, knowing fully well you have a job to do. Now you are being boycotted, and somebody's wife who is housewife that has no business in the local government is the person that now goes for leadership training to come back nothing happens in the local government, it becomes redundant.
Yes.
It becomes that people who are in there does not have the prerequisite to handle any of the departments.
Yes.
So that means lies follow. Nobody is going there. So this is what we see in a country where there are a lot of misplaced of priorities.
Thank you.
In a state where people don't know their left to right.
Right.
So that is it.
You know, you were saying something, and you mentioned the fact that Mr. Pitobi also made mention of the fact that we have misplaced priorities, and the current administration has misplaced priorities. I want us to recall when he was governor of Anambra State, and he said something, even during his 2023 campaign, I think he also mentioned it, that while he was governor, that there were some allocations that the first lady, that's of Anambra State, that's his wife, was to enjoy, and he had to cut that short in order to reduce the cost of governance, because he was the one that was elected by the people, not his wife. His wife is his business. It's not supposed to be an Anambra thing. And now we are seeing this local government chairman. We already know is the height of insensitivity that they want to take out of the local government's purse and fund to fund their personal gain, to fund for their own personal benefits, right? Now, even if they want to train their wives for whatever reason, leadership training for whatever reason, couldn't there have been local alternatives? Couldn't they train them in Lagos or Abuja? Or maybe the First Lady of Nigeria organizes training for all the First Lady, whatever, down to the local government, the state's First Ladies, and then they come together to have that, whatever training they want to do there. And it also should have been sponsored from their personal pocket. Now, for the retirees their pensions are still owed, right? How do you think they are feeling, one? And how do you think they should respond? Is there anything that they can do here?
I think they have been agitating. I feel like they felt maligned, they felt sidelined, because you could clearly see the disconnect between what the government or what those officials considered a necessity rather than what the public considered useful or fair. It's glaring. You understand? So yes, the retirees are feeling the heat. They are feeling terrible that these people could not even heed to their cries. Instead, this is what they go ahead doing, spending recklessly. And then as regards to what I feel they should do, well, I really do not know what they should do, because they've been in a situation whereby, even soldiers have come out to protest for their rights, being paid their pension and their gratuity, and it fell on deaf ears. Even when at the end of the day they said they were going to do something about it, the government said they were going to do something about it, but at the end of the day they didn't. Rather, they brought up a different topic that when they were in
minimum wage,
that they haven't affected that. So they've already left office. Because of that, they can't enjoy those things that come with it. So it's more like the same thing. These people are left in between. They don't know what to do. But at the same time, I think we still have the social media platforms. We can still utilize the social media platforms. This came up in the social media platforms. I'm not campaigning for them to start using placards, because at this point placards doesn't do anything. As regards to getting what you are supposed to get from the government. I think probably they should
optimize social media.
Yes, optimize social media. Apart from that, maybe pursue it legally, even though we know the legal system in Nigeria is corrupt.
But we can't stop trying at the end of the day. If it's the legal means that they want to take and they can take that, I would really encourage them to do so. Now, just to move on, still talking about the insensitivity and the double way that the government treats certain issues. Now, Senator Natasha has come out to accuse the federal government of double standards because of the criminal defamation charges that was filed against her. We all know the story with Natasha and the House of Assembly and the Speaker of the House with the federal government, the back and forth that has been going on for some months now. And the charges filed against her was a defamation charge, saying that she said some certain things against the House. And now Natasha is coming out to say that the double standard is so glaring. Now, why didn't the federal government do something when she made earlier complaints to them? But do you think that there is anything like double standards that is going on between Natasha versus the federal government, Mr. Daniel?
Well, by reading the headlines, you understand that this case has turned to become Natasha against federal government.
Yes, Natasha
it's no longer Natasha against the House of the Senate. Now, the truth about it is that it's to show you the level of insensitivity we have in the country. You can't hear such things in an advanced nation. To start with, the likes of the Senate President would have long ago resigned if it were to be in an advanced country. He would have left the seat. He would have been going to court to clear his name. You can't have a criminal case
and still be
conducting affairs of a great nation. Now, the problem is, I am so disappointed. If I've ever been disappointed, I'm disappointed with the level of Attorney General of Federation we have now. This man is one man that has always been an activist for people. And you could see how power blinds people.
Yes.
You see, this man, I've never seen him advise the president on anything good since his inception. Because if Natasha was sued to court, it is him. Now, what is the business between Natasha and federal government? It is the House of Senate. They have their problem. Now, federal government is intervening in Natasha's case, taking Natasha to court. But you couldn't tell the House to adhere to the instruction of the court, competent jurisdiction. But the House told you that the case is an in-house thing, they're going to treat it. So why is federal government getting involved in this now? So it's to tell you the level of people we have that is running the affairs of this country. It's quite a very big shame. Instead of the federal government acting as a father, calling both warring faction, calling them close door meeting. The way they call Wike and Fubara. Calling them and say, okay, come, these things you guys did, it's not called for. It doesn't portray my administration in a good light. Okay, please, let's bury the hatchet. Okay? People should settle this matter. Natasha, apologize to the Senate President. He's still the Senate President. Senate President, I'm giving a standing order. Let this thing lie low. Close the meeting. This thing ends. But now it has shown you the biasness of the federal government taking side against Natasha. In as much as I am not a fan of Natasha because I'm only a fan of her philanthropic acts, but all this issue that happened, I'm not a fan of it because when the going was good, we were not there until it became bad, and all of us, they started dragging all of us into it. For me now to leave what I'm supposed to do and come and do it. No, when they are going was good.
Oh, there was a going.
There was a going. What I mean going was that there was a good, there was a cordial relationship. The Senate President had their family friends. That is the truth. So why can't they just handle things maturely? Why bringing out coming to watch the Senate because now it is not about them. It's about the House of Senate. This what public officers must always understand. When they bring out their data in public, they are pointing us, Nigerians. They won't call their names. It is we they will be calling.
But they have tried addressing this
privately.
Yes,
and it didn't work.
But let me tell you, the way they wanted to handle it is not the right way to settle it. That is the gospel truth. Everybody is having one ego or the other. And you know when things happen, supporters clubs will always come in. People with different mindset will just crop in. Now the truth about it is this. Whatsoever the problem is, should be an in-house thing. And a court of competent jurisdiction has come on board and said 6 months suspension is over.
Yeah.
This lady, go back to your position. So now, that's what I'm calling. They don't want her to go back because the federal government have now entered into this thing just to protect one party, which is now showing what we are, because Natasha is a PDP lady. If Natasha was a APC, both of us, what this thing we're discussing now, would have been discussing something different. So it's quite a very big shame. The way we handle things in this country, the people we should be mimicking, the people we should be drawing inspiration from, there is nothing good we are learning from them.
Yes.
There is nothing, absolutely nothing. So that is why we are saying the country doing zigzag.
Yeah, here we are.
Nothing works. Everything is just the way you want.
Do as you like.
Do as you like. That's what is going on. This is an attorney general who has been fighting for injustice. All of a sudden, you are now in power. Everything is now good. So can't you stand your ground? If you say no and the federal government say no, we want it like this, you resign. That is what a good leader should do.
Yes,
you leave the administration for them because you have advised rightly. But no, every minute, every second, he is the one making things difficult, bringing unnecessary ideas to the president. And look at how the country is in shambles.
Mr. Daniel, you said something. I'm going to ask the former now. With the way the federal government handled this issue, and it's so glaring that they have taken the side of the speaker now. But with everything that they are doing against Senator Natasha, first the suspension, okay? After the suspension, now they won't let her resume duties, right? What do you think is their aim? Is it to ridicule just Senator Natasha publicly, or is it a PDP issue, or is it a gender issue, a respect issue? Now, or is it them sending a message to everybody who has any sort of complaint or opposition against anybody that is standing with the federal government to shut up? Do you think this is directly focused on Natasha or something bigger?
You've basically said it all. The APC and PDP thing, because Mr. Sacramento said if she was in APC, that we wouldn't be hearing something like this. And apart from that, I feel like this is serious gender discrimination. This is a form of intimidation, because you know probably that she cannot fight. They weren't even expecting her to fight
as much as she is.
You understand? You are using that against her because probably she is a woman. It is terrible. And let's even talk about the defamatory statement she made. She went she said something about Yahaya Bello, that the Senate instructed Yahaya Bello to kill her. You understand? So this is more like a civil matter, not even a criminal matter. Then if we were to talk about the Attorney General's stand here, he has no local standing in this case. He's not even so, because I feel like this is private defamation. It's something that should be settled in the Senate House if there is ever something like that. But this thing going, federal, I think it's number one. I feel like it's misplacement of priority. That's number one. And then number two, I feel it's gender discrimination. It shows the level or how we treat women in our society, women especially in government position, and it's terrible to see. I feel so bad that women, a lot of women, just like we talked about, Hilda Bassi, the likes of Hilda Bassi, when they were, they were trying to do something huge for the nation themselves, and not just the nation. You could see that, okay, these people have the zeal to rise above that particular thing that the culture placed them, which is you are meant to end in the kitchen. And this is Natasha equally seeking to, attain that height, not to be a housewife or this thing. So why should she be treated that way? I feel like she's being treated, unfair. This is selective justice system, and it's nothing close to democracy or legitimacy.
Thank you very much.
So let me correct one impression. Ladies ladies love to attract sympathies. And
no, she's stating her point.
Don't worry, just hold on. You can't cry more than the belief now. The Natasha issue Natasha is a strong woman. I don't think it's about gender issues.
No,
I'm
gender
coming.
has a role
I'm
to
coming.
play here.
I'm coming. Please, hold on. I was listening. It's not about gender. It's about ego. It's about ego, and it's about insensitivity. And to start with, Natasha has issues herself, because when you are in a House of Senate, the majority of the House takes most of the juicy part of the committees. That is the standard rule they do in their house there. So when the whole issue, Bruhara, started, it was just an order. Stand up from where you are sitting. Move 2 seats. That was where this whole Bruhara.
No, she was asked to move to the back.
Hold on, please.
First, please.
Hold on, please.
Let's get our facts right.
Just hold on, please. So that I was listening to you.
I followed up with the story.
Can you hold on,
Not
please?
2 seats.
Please,
Right.
can you?
Let's take him to the back.
I was listening to you. Can I land, please?
I land.
Thank you. I was listening. I don't like arguing things unnecessarily.
But arguments are allowed.
No, then I don't do arguments when I'm stating facts. It's not in my nature.
Okay.
Please. The truth about is this. If the Senate President asks you, it's about respect. If the Senate President is in charge of the House, if he says this is what he wants, you listen. Then you obey before you complain. Hold on, please. You obey before you complain. And that's how it should be. Not talking back or creating unnecessary scene. Now, you were asked, I'm not making case for any of them, because like I told you, I said here, I made my point clear. These 2 persons had a cordial relationship. Family cordial relationship. When Natasha was wedding, Senate President was in their place. They had their stuffs. But what I'm saying in essence is, so that let's always place facts. You don't bring in when you disrespect a system, because this is part of the thing we are talking about, not having a system that is working. Because everybody is involved in this matter. We disrespect systems. We disrespect others. And when we do all these things, and it comes back, if it evolves back, like Wike, who is doing all these things he's doing today, because this administration is favoring him. I don't know if you understand. Now, tomorrow, when a different people comes on board, you will find out that this administration, the whole thing he did, will come for play. I don't know if you understand. So the angle I'm going into is, I don't like a situation whereby I'm not doing something right. And like, because you're a woman, people should assimilate it. No. Now, Senior President has, to me, I said that here before, it's not supposed to be, if that man is supposed to be in prison. That is the truth. He's meant to be in prison because he has not cleared his name when he was the Minister of Niger Delta. So what I'm saying in essence is that I don't like when we are doing, we've had the likes of Okoji-Iweala. We've had the likes of Obi Okosereze, who run the Ministry of Education very well. We've had a lot of Onyon UK, who was in NSC. These people were there. They run the affairs of this nation. There was no issue. That is what I'm saying. So most of the time, people don't know where their limit ends. Because you want to compare, because you think you're a woman. I'm not making case, but what I'm saying in essence is that, so that people will, I need us to balance the issue.
She's coming from the point of disrespect.
I want to say something. For me, I feel like she was first of all disrespected because I don't see a reason whereby a married woman, you'll be finding interest or you'll be seeking attention from a married woman. According to the story, I followed it judiciously. This woman said that the senator has been making advances at her, and because she turned down those advances, and apart from that, she said she has been submitting this thing to the Senate House, and the Senate has the senator has been overruling doing it.
Yeah.
You understand? So it is because of that, and because of the fact that she didn't accept his, his proposal. That was why he took her seat to the back. And when she came, she found out that this was not the seat that she used to sit. So she wanted to know why was her seat taken, to the last sitting, whereby other people's seats, the people that were elected in the same district with her, are still in the position that they were. And then she stood up to read the rulings, the constitution of the Senate House, the Senate, the House. You understand? And that was when the senator asked her to sit down or go back to her seat. And she said, according to the law of the Senate, once a senator is standing up, you are meant to listen to her first of all before you say anything, even if you are the senator in charge or the presiding officer. You understand? But he didn't listen to her. Rather, they were turning off her mic and turning on her mic, which for me, it felt like because of the fact that she is a female, because of the fact that she rejected your or turned down your advances, you are not doing this to punish her. For me, it was unfair. So I just want to clear you when you're talking about disrespect.
You are not clearing me. You are making your statement. Now the issue is Senator Tony Moye.
Okay.
We had issue with the Senate president. So that you people, what I don't like is when we are saying national matter, people are bringing gender into it. I don't like it.
But gender is also in.
Hold on. Senator Tony Moye had the same issues with the Senate president. And he was sent to disciplinary.
What issues did he have?
He had issue because the Senate president made some appointments without them being involved. So he was saying, the only thing you can do today, when Senator Tony Moye was saying, is that you will suspend me. Now, what does he tell you? He tells you that the Senate president has the final say. Now, creating scene in a national house, because we like jumping to say some certain things. Creating scene in the national house is not called for. So hold on. Now, when you do this, can you hold on to? When you do this, when the Senate president is not doing something right, you don't correct or you don't create scene, because once you create scene, it's now tagged you are disobeying the Senate president. Now, what you now do is to report to, for you to report to, the ethics and privileges. That's the disciplinary committee. They are the ones that you go to lay your complaint to. Now, if you create sin, at the end of you creating that sin, you have not made the point. I give you another illustration. A madman, you are dating, a madman comes to carry your clothes. Do you understand? A madman comes to carry your clothes and run away. You come out and you start pursuing the madman. Between you and the madman, who is the mad person now? That is the angle I'm going to. So what you do is that there are channels of where you channel your issues. So she should have reported her, not confronting him in the public.
All right, now
do you understand? You do not hold on. You need to listen. You need to. I don't like doing shouting.
I know what you're saying. It's a respect issue. She's saying it's a gender issue. Now, the balance that I want to bring to this story is the fact that Mr. Daniel is coming from the perspective that we are bringing up gender into a national issue, whereas it was disrespect, and she should have respected him before showing up or creating a scene. What Ifeoma is saying is the fact that she was disrespected and humiliated in the first place, and even when she tried to make this complaint, this ethical complaints to the ethics body, and even
she has never gone to the ethics. She never did. She confronted. Hold on. She confronted. We all watched it. If you go to the, you will say that.
At the end of the day,
no problem.
Let me just say something. She is saying that he made advances towards Senator Natasha, and she made complaints. Now, Senator Natasha is also saying here in the same story that the federal government is taking sides with the Senate House, whereas she had made earlier complaints, but nothing was done.
We are not talking about federal government. I will not tell you a federal government is just
at the end of the day, it seems as though she was looked down on. You know, there's how you poke somebody, and when the person reacts, you start saying that the person is being disrespectful, but in the first place, the person was provoked. So I'm getting what you are saying. She did not handle it well, in your opinion.
In everybody's opinion. Hold on. What I'm saying, get me. Yes, she was. Like I said, get me right.
Okay.
I want us in this country to start doing things right. No, now hold on. The angle I'm going to is this.
Yeah.
These people for crying out loud, we're talking about our national image. There are things you don't bring to our national image. Now,
responsibility is it to national image?
God bless you. It is still them. They are meant to uphold our national image. Now, I am not saying Natasha was not disrespected. Get me clear. I'm a very, I like the, hold on, please, please, hold on. Can you hold on, please? So, please, I'm saying that, if can I please speak for crying out loud? No, don't claim me. I'm not drunk. Don't claim me.
No, nobody is drunk on my set.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not drunk. I know what I'm saying. Please, when I'm talking, you're talking, I keep quiet. I didn't argue with you.
All right, Mr.
I don't like being argued with when I'm making clear points.
All right, sir.
What I don't do is bringing in sentiments in things. That is the gospel truth. Somebody shouting at you, coming to your presence to shout at you. The person didn't slap you. You raise your hand and slap that person. Who is going in for it? Would they ask who was shouting the first? No. What they will ask is, who slapped? That's the point I'm trying to make. Now, this lady knows, she should know, number one, you are a minority in the house. That is the truth. And this set of people, I don't want to use a vulgar name. These people in that house, you've seen how this administration, the assembly are running. It doesn't stop you from making your point. But what we are saying is that immediately the Senate president carries the gavel, and strikes it. That is something it means. That everybody should fall under status quo. That is what it means. It is because there is rules of law are not being respected in this country. So I'm not even blaming her. I won't blame her because even the man that is calling himself Senate president is not even what to be it. But what I'm saying in essence is that I don't like bringing gender into matters that are very glaring. The man now has an upper edge. It's like your father warning you. Even when you're trying to make a point, your father is telling you, keep quiet. Even when you know you are making a point, but your father says, keep quiet. Would you start arguing with your father? No, what you did is, you just what you need to do is, out of respect, you say, I've had you, but doesn't stop me from making my point. But you're going to start saying, this one, you see, it's childish. Nigeria, you have so much trouble already.
No, Mr. Daniel, I understand what you're saying. That's what I've been trying to say. I understand what you're saying, and I also understand what Ifeoma is saying here.
No, what I'm saying is, what I say is that they need gender. They need gender. I don't like doing gender.
What I think is that you don't want to bring gender. She has the right. If she sees that gender is also played on, that she can also express.
She made her, I'm not condemning what she said. But
you don't want to hear gender stories.
I'm saying my own yes, but they are all at fault in their matters.
So now what we are going to wrap it up is that everybody was at fault. Now, another thing that I also want us to quickly wrap on, because of time, we are not even going to touch on the last story, but I want us to just quickly touch on this. Now, we're going to take Senator Natasha as the Nigerian citizens, and we are going to take the Senate President as the federal president.
No, we're not even taking Senate President now.
The federal government now. We are saying Senator Natasha. Now, Nigerians have been clamoring for change and good governance for years, and they've been trying to do the right thing. They got their PVCs in 2023, and it seems as if nothing happened with the glitch and the electoral reforms that we are still calling for that happened with INEC. Now, in that scenario, when Senator Natasha reacted like that, from a place of, okay, I had been trying to get my voice heard, and it was not heard, do you think that with what Senator Natasha did and how she expressed herself with that disrespect, do you think that even comparing her as the Nigerian citizens now, do you think that there is basis for that outpouring of anger and saying enough is enough with how I have been treated, with how I have been, taken in the Senate? Because truly women are underrepresented in the government. She is a minority, rightfully so, because minority means you are not enough. There's another group that is higher than you. Now, from the aspect of the Nigerian citizens now, do you we are calling for them to say enough is enough. Do you think that they should toe the path of Senator Natasha, or they should keep waiting to do it as things should be done?
Okay, now, Senator Natasha is not the only female in the House of...
No, I'm not saying
I'm coming. Even in the minority, Senator Ureti Kinkibe of Labour Party is in the House. And she's representing her people from Abuja constituency properly well.
How many women are there?
There are so many, there are a lot of, not to compare to men. No, hear me, please. Not to compare to men. You should already know that. Not to compare to men. Do you understand? Now, I want everybody and the world, the globe as a whole to hear me. Nigeria will have a lot of issues, and these are fundamental problems which has been lingering. Women in Africa as a whole believes they should stoop at every point in time. But we are not saying women should be treated as slaves for any reason. No, I am not an advocate of that. I've told you my story in my house, how I take care of my kids and do some things, do some domestic chores for my wife. And I didn't start doing it for her. I learned it as I was growing up. That's what my mom taught me.
Yeah.
So now, as a married man, it's not a big deal for me to do, because this was a foundation thing. Please, when you find yourself in a particular position, there are always better ways to air your view without quarreling, without fighting. I'll give you an instance. If Natasha has been making, bringing up things and being stepped down, now, two things, because she is a minority and maybe there is a social problem. So you understand what I mean by social problem? Good. Natasha have the right to call a press conference without attacking anybody in the house. You have the right to call a press conference. Let the world hear what is happening. Do you understand? What it will take, they will send you to ethics and the disciplinary committee, where they will tell you that you didn't discuss this, we have not finally investigated this, and you moved on. But the most important thing is that you've seen now, you have done something without having issues with anybody.
Okay, yeah.
You get the point now? These are better ways to do things. You save us Nigerians some unnecessary things. Now you have already carried the whole world along. Everybody will now start struggling for their head. That's how to do things. Rather than having open confrontation, at the end, you will be the one to suffer it. That is my angle. Now, 6 months has gone. Your people, privileges and everything, withheld. It has not solved the problem. You understand now? It didn't solve it. Instead, it's now what we are trying to do now to frustrate her till her tenure ends. And not fully well, the kind of fight she fought with Bello, the former governor, who's supposed to be in prison. That one is really out for Natasha. I don't know how people are doing politics of bitterness, which will fetch us nothing. That's what they do. So the truth about it is that Natasha is an active citizen. I love that lady in the sense that I told you, the things she do for her people, she's really out to serve. Very, very out to serve her people. But most of the times we should tune down.
I hear you loud and clear.
We should tune down to some certain things so that you can.
Thank you.
Yeah. We were talking about how many women are in the Senate House. Let me bring it to your attention that there are just 4 women in the Senate House that contains 109 persons. Now, number 1, that is misrepresentation, that is gender discrimination, screaming. And then number 2, you asked a question, how the citizens should react as regards this, because they have been trying, calmly to see if their cries or their request will be heard, or yes, their request will be heard. Now, see, the thing here is that you cannot keep on poking somebody continuously and don't expect the person to react in a different way. You can't keep on pinching me every single time with needle and you don't expect me to react angrily. She was angry because she has been tendering her application for her her constituency. She's representing her constituency, just like Mr. Daniel Sacramento rightfully said. She has that passion to represent her people. Why is it that every time she's always submitting her request, you keep on rejecting it or denying it or delaying it? Why? So she has come to more like react this way. You are now taking it upon her, and you've given her 6 months suspension, which she adhered to, and the 6 months has elapsed. Why is it that she has not, regained her distance? Why is it that she has not resumed office? That is misrepresentation. That is gender discrimination. Even though it can cut across the other gender, but at the same time, I just want you to understand what is going on here, because of the fact that she can't speak, and there is level of support that she's getting. If you notice, the Nigerian people were rooting for her. They were seeing the whole thing that was going on in the Senate House. Even some women. Out of those 4 women, some people, she came out in the national TV to say that some of those women have come privately to message her, and they were like, that we support you. But those people, they could not come out in the open because of that idea of that same gender discrimination. How will they be seen? That is what I'm trying to make you see here.
I hear you.
So you can't poke me and expect me to respect you like you want to in return. No, I have to react a certain way.
All right, so today has been quite the conversation from different POVs. Here, Ifeoma is talking about the gender discrimination and underrepresentation of women in governance. Mr. Daniel Sacramento is talking about the fact that things should be done in a certain way, in a civil approach, in order to get results at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, we are still going to put this question to our viewers. Just share your opinion and your thoughts on the entirety of what you've heard us discuss in the comment section. Let us read and also exchange ideas and ideologies. But thank you, Mr. Daniel Sacramento, for doing this with me. As always, what a wonderful conversation today, so thank you very much. Ifeoma Oji, thank you for your contribution. As always, beautiful conversation every time in the studio. And to our VIP viewers that are watching, we hope you are watching and you are liking, sharing this video to your friends and your families. If you have not commented before, this is the best day for you to do so. There's a lot of basketball, so this is the best day for you to do that. If you're also yet to subscribe, endeavor to do so as well. Follow us on all social media platforms at Active Citizens. You can also find me on my personal page on Instagram and Facebook at Sharon Edmem-Chukwu. And you?
You can find me on Facebook at Oji Sophia and on Instagram at Miss Alex.
And Mr. Daniel is always in the studio. All right, so we see you this afternoon for As It Dey Hot. Do have a good morning.